Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We officially have all the songs for Eurovision 2020, so I figured I'd watch a recap of all the songs with all of you and give my opinion on each one, and then at the end I'll maybe do a little bit of a top 5 ranking, talk about some other stuff, and things like that. So without further ado, let's just dive right in. And I will include a link to this specific recap video in the description below, so you can see it. It's a really well put together recap video. Ooh, open up. So with Albania, I like the song. I wish they would have kept it in Albania. She sings really good. I really like the rhythm of it, if that makes sense. I'm putting my chains on. Successful revamp, successful revamp, successful revamp. I really like Armenia this year. Successful revamp. They really did a wonderful job with it. With Australia, I like this song. They're in semi-final 1, which is like the semi-final of death this year. And her live vocals weren't my favorite, so I'm wondering how they'll do. This has a good beat. It's kind of derivative, and I mean a lot derivative, but I love Azerbaijan this year. Ethnic pop banger, done superbly. Azerbaijan always stages their performances really well, so I'm excited to see this live. I really like Belarus. A lot of people think it's boring, but I really like it. It's groovy. It's one of their most current sounding tracks ever, but they're in semi-1, so I don't think they'll qualify, but I love it. Belgium is quality. It's in semi-final 1. I don't think it'll qualify, but it's pleasant to listen to. She's a good vocalist. Definitely inspired by Billie Eilish from Bulgaria, but they do it so well. Talk about a wonderful comeback. I love this song. With Croatia, it's fine. It's in semi-1. It won't qualify, I don't think, but it's fine. He's a good singer. I like Cyprus. It's such a sensual song. I'm interested to see how he vocalizes it live, because a lot of it's like moaning and stuff. This is groovy, and you wouldn't expect Czech Republic to come with a song like this, but it's easy to move to, and it's in semi-final 2, which is kind of the easier one, so we might see it in the final. This is Anthemic from Denmark. It was weird seeing the empty stadium. It could do well. It's very catchy. Estonia is pleasant to listen to. It's a rather safe entry, in my opinion. I don't know if it'll qualify, but we'll see. I like Finland. It's really easy to listen to. It's got a catchy beat. He sings it pretty well. I don't know if it'll make it, but I like it. France goes to all this trouble with like the whole Eiffel Tower to present this song. Even with the added French that they put in, it's not my taste. I really actually like Georgia this year. The backing of this song, the backing track, is really intriguing, and he's a good vocalist. Germany can be proud of this entry. Oh, it's easy to move to. Such a violent thing. Oh my god. It's really good, you guys. So with Greece, I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I wasn't expecting like an ethnic pop song with a title like Supergirl, but the ethnic elements of this are really wonderful to listen to. They can be proud. I love Iceland, I love Iceland. Groovy, danceable, everything. And those sweaters, they leave an impact, it'll do really well. I really like this song. It's like pop rock from the past. It's got a nostalgic feel. But it's in semi-1, so yeah. I love Israel. I love Israel this year. Oh, it's got such good elements to it. Italy, quality entry. They never give us something that's not quality. I don't know if it'll follow up with second place like last year, but he sings it well. I love Latvia. I love the drop in this song. She sings it really well. The staging leaves an impact. I won't pretend like I understand it, but it leaves an impact. Another potential do-good song, people. Lithuania's probably bound to get their best result this year. Oh, yeah. It's danceable. It leaves an impact. Wow. I love that they gave Destiny a somewhat upbeat song versus a ballad. She's gonna sing this perfectly. I think Malta will qualify, and I'd be happy. People are writing off Moldova, and I don't think they should. This chorus has the epic feel to it with the backing track, and I think they might shock people. I like this song. It won't do as well as Tamara, and it's in semi-1, so it might not even qualify. But it's catchy. The video was over sensual. Norway, quality female epic ballad sung to perfection. And she's in semi-2, so it's a bit... Oh no, she's in semi-1, so we'll see how it goes. This song has grown on me. The backing track of it is kind of old-fashioned, but her vocals really elevate the piece. And it's got a really nice sound to it. Portugal's song is nice. It's pleasant. She has a nice energy. But I don't think we'll see it in the final. If we do, I won't be mad, but... The revamp of this, also very successful. They added an epic ending with a vocal moment. That was the smart thing to do. The wordplay is really nice, too. It's really clever. Oh my god, Russia with a danceable, quirky song that's bound to get good televote scores. Simple things. I won't pretend to know what this song is about, but it's catchy. I like this. I like this, you guys. Freaking it up. And she's a good singer, so it'll be interesting to see how it's staged. Hasta la vista, baby. I like this. It's kind of the stripper pole anthem banger this year. And it's cool to see three powerful women together. I don't mind this. It doesn't have a traditional ballad sound to it in the backing music. And she sings it wonderfully, but I don't think we'll see it in the final, unfortunately. So with Spain, it's quality and copyrighted, so the sound's going down. But he's got really good styling. I don't think it'll come as low as they've been lately, but I don't think it'll be very high either. Deeper than my love for you. I love the mamas feel-good vocal moment. Sweden finally sent women, and you just smile when you listen to it. Switzerland came out of nowhere to deliver this masterpiece. Oh my god. Bravo. This has such a unique sound. And being the host country, Netherlands could have easily sent a safe entry, but they went with this, and I'm glad because this is a really nice song. I love Ukraine. Oh my god, this is so perfectly ethnic, but also listenable. And that drop. Oh my god, this is so good, you guys. And then UK. Noticeably more effort this year, I'd say, from them, which I'm glad for. I think if he sings it well, it could do pretty good, I'd say. So yeah, UK, I'll finish my thought on the UK. I don't think it I don't think it's gonna do super well, unfortunately, given what we have this year. But they can be proud of it. It's clear that they put a little more effort into it this year, which is always nice. I don't think they'll see like a Lucy Jones kind of result, but they might not come bottom five if he sings it really well and they stage it effectively. So those were all the songs. Um, I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I like almost every entry this year, at least somewhat. There are some really unique sounding songs, which I'm thankful for. There's a good mix of ethnic sounding tracks, which is always nice. I like Eurovision because it has a variety of music. If I wanted to hear something, I'd hear it on the American radio, which I don't because I don't listen to American radio that much. I'd listen to a top 40 station here, but I'm not going to do that. The only really popular musician right now that I really like is Billie Eilish. But, and I guess Ariana Grande, but she hasn't come out with anything really recently. Mostly it's dominated by like these kinds of rap tracks, and I'm not the biggest fan of those, so the charts aren't really concerning me right now. So, yeah, I guess now we'll discuss sort of the elephant in the room. The world is in the midst of a COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic that is, not to sound fatalistic, sort of spiraling out of control, both here in the United States and in multiple European countries. Italy's on total quarantine. I think I might have read that Spain is soon following suit. I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. I thought I heard it from somewhere. I live in Chicago, Illinois. Illinois now has 66 cases the last time I checked the news. It's bound to go up. The governor of our state just announced that starting tomorrow, all public restaurants and bars, dine-in options are closed. All of our tourist locations in Chicago are closed. The city's kind of almost going on shutdown. All the stores are almost empty. People are panic buying. And the question on all the Eurofans' minds is, what does this mean for Eurovision? The Netherlands now has over 1,000 cases, I believe. And an event of this size, with the event bans, if they get extended, would easily not be allowed. Personally, I don't think they should postpone it, um, just because it would mess with a lot of people's schedules and sports schedules, and some of the singers may have engagements that they made before Eurovision thinking Eurovision would happen when it's supposed to, and then they'd have to either back out of those or then they wouldn't be available for the contest, and then what does that mean? I think the best case scenario would be for the virus to slow down enough for Eurovision to go on pretty normally with maybe heightened measures in place. As a realist, I'm honestly expecting an empty stadium, no audience, which would kind of work to a disadvantage for some songs that you can tell benefit from having an audience. Like Denmark's song, if they had an audience, it would be much more impactful than it was in their national final because it's almost an anthemic song. They say yes, say yes, say yes. If they had like an audience shot of them like pumping their fists or something, it would add to their performance in a really significant way. And unfortunately, I think it would probably hurt songs of that nature, but I think it's the best that they can do given the circumstances right now, which could change. They could easily change. We're still pretty much like 2 months away from the contest, if not a little bit sooner, if I know the dates. But that way, they're there in the Netherlands. The Netherlands can still build the stage that they want, and they can have a stage show. I know some people are talking about the idea of each country um, doing it in their own country, and then it's like streamed to the Netherlands where the hosts are, and they present it that way, and then they present the votes in the Netherlands. I don't trust that. I think it penalizes some countries who wouldn't be able to build a quality enough space for their performers to go in. Each one would look different, I feel like, unless they did it in like a TV studio or something. But even then, the richer countries could make it more technologically advanced, which would give them a little bit of an advantage. And I feel like some countries who unfortunately have kind of a sketchy record with the rules in the contest would probably try to skirt around the live backing vocals rule and try to somehow make it so their backing vocals are pre-recorded somehow. And then if we had that, we'd get the results of the contest, and then it would come out, oh, they used pre-recorded backing vocals, that's not allowed. And then we'd see like, oh, they did it too, and then there'd just be so many like disqualifications and position rewrites because of who gets disqualified that I think it would just be confusing. So I think the best thing that they can do given the circumstances now is to just have the arena be empty. And it would look odd, but also in kind of a weird way, it would make this contest really unique. And people would probably rewatch it because it would have such a different feel from every other contest before. So that's kind of the elephant in the room. They're watching it closely, but just the fact that all these sporting leagues are just suspending everything. Even here, like the NBA's done, the NHL is suspended, Major League Baseball is suspended, the Masters Golf Tournament is postponed. Everything's like shutting down in the public sphere, which I've never seen before. So I'm hoping Eurovision goes on as planned, but I'm also a realist. So going from that, like I said, I like pretty much all the songs this year in their own way. I think it's a really strong, diverse sounding year, which I really appreciate. I was afraid we'd see the trend with Duncan winning with a really quality male ballad, that we'd see male ballads galore, but that didn't really happen this year. So before I sign off, I think I'll quickly give my top 5. So in my top 5 right now, God, it's hard to rank them. Let me just scroll through these. I don't think I'm going to rank 5 through 2 because they're all relatively close. I do have a favorite, which I'll do last. But in my top 5 places, 5 to 2 right now, depending on the day, are Armenia. That revamp did wonders. I liked the original version, but I could tell that it was sort of bare bones for their national final. But now with this revamp, it sounds so full and so satisfying. And the danceability of it is off the charts. I hope she pulls out some good choreography on stage because that would be wonderful to see. So Armenia's in there. Iceland is in there with that funky, groovy, catchy tune with the sweaters. It's going to be staged wonderfully. I would love if Iceland finally won, so they'd be the last Nordic to win. We'd go to a new country. I think they have press because of the Netflix movie, because in the Netflix movie, I think they're representing Iceland. So there's kind of a little bit of a perfect storm situation coming in, so it's possible for them to definitely win. Also in my top 5 at the moment is Sweden. I love the mamas. Love them. The little dancing that they do, it's infectious. It makes you smile. It's just a feel-good track. Sweden, you finally sent women. Thank you. You did something new. It's almost like when you sent Aphrodite back in 2002. But this song is so wonderful. The moment where Jan Lundvik handed the trophy to the mamas at Melody Festivalen was so wholesome, and I got a little bit choked up, as you can see in my Melody Festivalen watch video. But I really love Move. I think it'll do really well. Azerbaijan is in there. Probably my favorite ethnic pop track this year. They are going to stage it so well. I can already tell. Azerbaijan tends to stage their entries superbly. And with a song like this, superb staging is just going to elevate it even more. There's a lot of elements to it. I really actually enjoy that because it feels like a smorgasbord of stuff in one song, but it still has a central sort of sound, like that Egyptian Arabic sort of sound. And I'm actually a fan of when they're like, Namyo Rengekyo Namyo. Like, I think it's such a cool little snippet in there that I just really enjoy it. I hope she pulls out choreography in the dance break part near the end, because that would elevate it a lot. But Azerbaijan's in there. And guess what, you guys? You are going to be so proud of me. My favorite this year is a guy. Switzerland is a masterpiece. This song I have listened to on repeat for days now. And what's weird is that when it first came out, I didn't actually listen to it. I got into it like a week after it came out. I finally got around to listening to it. Because at that point, I had different favorites and I was sort of listening to them. And some songs weren't on American Apple Music yet. And some of them still aren't. Azerbaijan isn't, unfortunately. But then this song came on as I was doing sort of a listen through of all the Eurovision songs I had already. And I was just like, wait a second. At first I didn't know what song it was because my phone was like, I was away from my phone and it was just in my earbuds, so I didn't see the screen. And I was like, wait a minute, what song is this? I haven't heard this yet. And then come to find out it's Switzerland. I know they came fourth last year, but this just came out of left field. It is powerful. The French really elevates it. The backing track of it is beautiful. The choir behind him in the latter choruses are wonderful. I just love this song. For the first time since 2013, I can say that my favorite of the contest is a male performer. So, for all you people who are always commenting, oh, why is your favorite always a woman? It's not. Not this year. Switzerland, you are my favorite. If you won, I'd be perfectly happy with that because Switzerland hasn't won since 1988 when it was Celine Dion. So, go Switzerland. Personally, I want a country that hasn't won in a long time or never won to win this year. I think we honestly have a very good chance of that with Switzerland. Lithuania, you cannot count them out. They're one of my big tracks too. Iceland cannot be counted out at this point. The only thing that concerns me about Lithuania, and to a lesser extent Iceland, but not as much as Lithuania, is Russia. I like Russia's song. It's very catchy. I don't know what the heck it's about, but I can sing along to it. It sounds pleasant. They perform it live pretty well from what I've seen. The only thing is, it's a quirky pop song. Lithuania, quirky, funky pop song. Will both of them have their respective fan bases that makes it hard for them to nullify each other? Or will we have a point siphoning situation going on between both? Probably more Lithuania because Russia has more power in this contest, I would say. And I think their name is Little Big, right? Little Big, yes. It seems like they have a much bigger established fan base. Um, but Lithuania will definitely qualify to the final. I think that they're bound to get their best result at the contest with this entry. They could still win. I'm just interested to see what happens when they're going up against Russia. I included Iceland in this little trio. I'm less inclined to think that they're in trouble with this, just because it's a quirky song, but it's not so much quirky sort of memey pop, if you get my drift. It's quirky and funky, but it has a lot of depth to it. I don't want to say that, well, I mean, Russia probably doesn't have that much lyrical depth, I would say. Lithuania a bit more, but not a lot. But Iceland's song actually has like hidden meaning about his daughter, and it's about when he first saw her, and that's really sweet, and it gives it sort of an extra layer. But it's also quirky. We have these three very catchy, quirky songs. Two of them very quirky and very memey, and I'm just wondering, will they siphon points away from each other, or will they do fine? It's hard to really know until the contest happens, but we'll see. So yeah, those are my thoughts for this year. I hope you enjoyed watching. I plan on doing some more videos up to the contest, provided it still happens. I know probably all of the pre-parties, unfortunately, aren't going to be happening, but it's important that everyone stays safe and doesn't get sick, and that the virus spread keeps going down, because right now, honestly, it's looking like it's just going to keep going up, which is unfortunate, especially here and in Europe. Being in a city of 3 million people right now is a little disconcerting for me, but I'm kind of a germaphobe anyway, so I always try to keep clean. But all of you stay safe. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Make sure to give a like and subscribe to my channel for more Eurovision related content. And stay clean, stay safe, and I will talk to you later. Mwah. Bye!